Hello. We don't have a PowerPoint this morning, so I'm going to distribute a little handout. And it basically will tell you what we're talking about. But he's correct. I'm honorary, and we're here to tell you how our relationship has developed since last year. The thing is that we're still here, we're still standing. Chet hasn't killed me, I haven't killed him. We've come close. But we're surviving. Our relationship will be good.
If you remember from last year, I'm starting my 6th year at Westchester Community College. And Westchester Community College is about 45 minutes across the Hudson, and we have 14,000 credit students, about 12,000 non-credit students, so we have about 26,000 students. But I have been seeing literature recently that we're up to 35,000 students. And I don't know where that number comes from, but I think anybody who's ever taken a 1-hour seminar, maybe that was presenting at a factory or some other place, anybody who has a different social security number. We're up to 35,000 students.
We should probably say that we've got the largest non-credit program in the state of New York. So that adds to it. It's a huge non-credit program.
And I think, Juana, I'm starting my 6th year.
I'm starting my 3rd year.
Okay, so I'm starting to lose that newbiness, but I've been also told by people that at our institution regarding our culture that you almost have to be there for 10 to 15 years before they consider. I'm looking at one of our young professors. You're in Jill?
My 5th year.
5th year. Do you still feel like people see you as new at the institution?
Well, compared to some people.
This is your dad, right?
Yes.
You want to introduce?
46 years.
46. And our president, who's 70 years old, I don't think he would mind me telling you that. He's been at the institution for
37 years?
Yeah, a long time.
As the president.
So 6 years means nothing at our college. The first topic that we want to talk about is increasing enrollment. We heard right around summer last year that we were going to be as high as 50% up in the fall. And of course that was coming from the institutional research department, and we knew we weren't going to be 50% up, but we knew that we needed to get together and we needed to formulate a team. Actually, I think Juana came into my office and said, let's form a team, because in the fall we have to plan for this increased enrollment. And I thought, okay, we'll get 3 or 4 people together and we'll work on it and get it all straightened out. I don't know. You want to talk about the enrollment management team and what finally panned out?
Well, I think first we should say that our institution has a philosophy that all of us are responsible for enrollment. So to that extent, we don't have a director of enrollment management. We don't have an office of enrollment management. Every single person is responsible for enrollment management, and we want to keep it that way. So it's the one college family. So what we did initially was pull in the student development directors and the academic council, which are tech directors, direct reports. We pulled them together. But then we realized we are one college, and we work very, very hard to make sure our continuing education department is also a part of one college. As a matter of fact, we even have a strategic goal to increase our college enrollment, our credit enrollment, from our non-credit offerings. So they are one college. We invited them too. So then we ended up with this great big group of the academic council, which are tech guys, the student development people, my guys, and folks from continuing ed. And our function and our challenge was very easy. Well, the goal, the charge was easy. What to do about it was very, very hard. And that is what to all these students. We had issues ranging from space to staffing, to processors being overwhelmed, very, very, very long lines. Just all the challenges I'm sure all of you have, because we were all hit at the same time with this enrollment surge. So that's why we got together, to see if we could collectively figure it out.
And I think we were able to be successful except for one topic, and I guess I'll throw it out to you. One area that I think we failed at. The lines were long, but we always have long lines, so that's something I think we're always going to be working on.
Right.
But as far as this big surge of enrollment, there was one area that I think we failed at, and I'm just going to throw it out to you. Where do you think we failed? Parking. Yeah. We had students parking on grass and all over the place, and parking spaces were coveted. And we decided as an institution that we would not give any parking tickets, or we would excuse the parking ticket after a while unless somebody was parking in handicap parking or something like that. So that was the one area. We're still working on it, and I don't know if we have that thing licked yet, but it scares me because now we're getting more information from our institutional resource can't get it word, institutional research office, and for the summer, I think we're up like 15%, and we'll also probably be up also in the fall.
I think the thing with parking that made it even more difficult is that after a long time, probably you guys might have experienced it too, where you have your bids and you want to build and you want to improve your campus, but finally all came together for it. So you have a brand new gateway building that's going to be opening soon. Of course, building the building means that we need more parking, and it also means we have to take parking away to get the building built. We have beautiful new pathways all across campus. Many of you had been in our campus earlier. It's a beautiful campus, but we really didn't have great pathways. Our students basically made their own out of mud. Well, now we have great pathways. Our technology building is being renovated. There's something happening in the classroom building. So we're a buzz of activity. We're going to be looking real sharp. If anybody can ever get from the car to see us, it'll be great. So that's just one of our challenges. But a lot of other things are going on too. So that's a challenge that we all share with each other. I think that something that we are going through now, which many of you have gone through, we also changed our student data system. And that's been very interesting. We went from a legacy homegrown system to a PeopleSoft data management system. And this is going on at the same time. If any of you know PeopleSoft, it's very, very integrated. And so that's been a bit of a challenge.
But one has been very good as far as lending some of your people to help out academic affairs.
So you have to say this publicly, because this wasn't how we were talking 3 weeks ago.
She actually did come into my office and say that, her person that we were borrowing, that we couldn't borrow the person anymore.
That's right.
And,
enough.
I was begging and on my knees and all this other kind of stuff because I couldn't find anybody else that could help us out.
And then our second in commands were kind of sniping a little bit too, because when you, our goal live date is May 3rd. It's right around the corner. I mean, we've got to get this thing done. The couple of challenges are on the table for us. One is transfer evaluation credit. We still have a lot of that to get into the system, and that's very tedious. That's because it is. So my guys are kind of scared to death because we're not where we need to be with the coding. But on the other hand, the academic audit is the heart of the system, and that's what Chet's got. And he had hired someone to do that for him, and I don't know if you have the problem that we have, but sometimes the county and everything else, our hires don't come through in the timely fashion that we need it, and our implementation leaders who are teaching us these systems are leaving, and so we don't have anyone. So now it's a crisis. So it starts bubbling up from the bottom, and people try to figure out how to manage it with each other. Then, of course, anxiety gets a little bit higher, and then when the bubble's getting ready to burst, they end up in our office. And then Chet's people talk to him, my people talk to me, and then we all come together for the purpose of resolve. So these are some of the challenges that I think happen in any relationship, and these are the challenges that Chet and I have to resolve together, and we work very hard at it.